All right, welcome to War Media Bears pregame for Week 6 of Thursday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. I am Saul Rodriguez, joined by the man Kyle Means. How we doing today, man?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Just ready for this rare Thursday night appearance for the Bears. And a lot of people I think thinking it's gonna be a whack game tonight, and especially coming off of last week. I don't see how it could be any worse than last week.
Oh
I,
yeah,
you
of
know,
course, man.
I'm looking. I really think we'll get into what we think is gonna happen in a minute here, but I really think the Bears may surprise a few more than a few people tonight.
Yeah, no, of course. And I keep seeing like the memes, man, like just making fun of this game. I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
at least you got a young, exciting players in this one. I mean, like, we talk about it every week, but obviously Justin Fields being a young quarterback in the league. You got Brian Robinson, who's going to make his first career start for the Commanders today. So that's something cool to see. So I feel like yeah, it's going to surprise a lot of people when it comes to what's going to happen.
Look,
But
and
oh,
look,
go ahead.
I'm just gonna say right quick,
Yeah.
the Commanders got some weapons, man, and
Hmm.
kind of wish the Bears had. It's kind of like you wish the Bears could take the Commanders receivers to
Yep.
tonight, and vice versa, But they it's gonna be some players out there tonight, and neither team is much of a threat, going into
Hmm.
the postseason. Anything I don't think we'll probably see either of these teams in the
Hmm.
postseason, but this is Thursday night, man. Either watch this or watch Law and Order, man. I don't know. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, and no baseball playoffs tonight because the game got suspended, so you can't even that
Right.
if you wanted to change it to that got suspended, got postponed. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, and I mentioned him already, of course, it's always the topic of conversation. But with the way Justin Fields still had some improvement, he had improvement against the Vikings on Sunday. What do you expect from him against the Commanders this week, especially it being his first short week of of his career, because he's never done this before. So as much as he's been, maybe trending up starting from last week, I think it's definitely going to be eye opening for him, and I'm sure we'll see something we haven't seen from him, just yet. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty positive for Justin. For one, like you said, he's never been in this exact position before, but he
Mm-hmm.
gets to do it at home at least. And he gets to do it coming off of a good game. Even though it wasn't a winning game Sunday, he has that whole second half from Sunday where he can draw from and say, "Look, I'm feeling something a little better than I did before. Then I'm feeling more confident. I know what it's like now when the offense is getting into a bit of a groove. So the key thing is how soon can he get into that? He and the offense can get into that groove this evening. Can they possibly jump out ahead of Washington and not have to play from behind? And if they are able to do that, I think if he can, pretty much have it be a continuation of that second half, I think he has the chance to have a real good night, and maybe one of his better nights as a Bear.
No, yeah, you're right. And that's true. That's like everyone has been saying that, there's slow starts in the first half. I think I just read an article to somebody saying, somebody's got to tell the Bears when the start time of the game is, because it
Right.
just doesn't seem like, they start off well every game, every week. And they take
Maybe
off in the
noon
second
is
half.
too early. Maybe noon.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
this is in the sweet spot now. 7 o'clock. They've been up for a while. This may work for them. I don't know.
Exactly. And speaking of slow starts, the Bears, lucky to be 2-3 because the Commanders come in at 1-4, and they're in a
Yeah.
division where it looks especially ugly because everyone else is 4-1 and better. I wanted to get your thoughts on the controversy that came out with the former Bear Ron Rivera, obviously the coach for the Commanders. Kind of, I don't know, it sounded like he's throwing his quarterback under the bus here when they asked him of why they are 1-4 compared to the rest of the division. He ended up saying that he cleared the air with Wentz and everything's good to go, and he's going to start tonight with no problem. But he's nonetheless in the hot seat. What did you think about the whole situation?
Them old Bears, man, they can't help but run their mouth. Between their experience with Ditka and Buddy Ryan, they know what it's like to be ran down by a coach. So Rivera probably feels like he let Wentz off the hook just because he didn't name him.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. He just said, it's a quarterback thing, but
Mm-hmm.
but of course, everybody knew what he was saying, and it's pretty rough, man. Because I feel a little bit for Wentz because if you look at that game, you look at a couple of games he's had, but particularly the game against Tennessee, he had a really good game. All statistically, he just
Mm-hmm.
threw that interception. He
Mm-hmm.
That's his major problem. He throws interceptions at the worst times. He turns the ball over
Yeah.
at the worst times. And hopefully the Bears can take advantage of that tonight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Wentz has a reason to, with the whole world discounting him, including his coach. Apparently, he may come out
Mm-hmm.
and have a real focused effort tonight and want to prove something about himself. So I think Rivera doesn't really have much of an option right now beyond Wentz. So they're both kind of stuck with each other. And Washington's sort of stuck with the Commanders. It's a lot of dysfunction in that franchise. In general, we had the
Mm-hmm.
big report about more
Yeah.
details about Daniel Snyder coming out today and by ESPN, and it's not. I don't know if it's a great time to be a Commanders fan.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing is how you said he had a great performance in Tennessee. He did up until that interception, and he has the second most interceptions in the league with 6, and Fields isn't too far behind there with 4. But yeah, it is disappointing because with the weapons that he has, you mentioned it before with Samuels and McLaurin and even Logan Thomas, who's going to be out tonight, but yeah, he has the weapons. So I'm not sure what maybe just the scheme hasn't clicked for him, or maybe it is Ron Rivera. Who knows? Because a lot of people think they lose tonight, he could be gone. So who knows how much longer he has left? But some interesting things are happening tonight when it comes to like I said, Brian Robinson, N'Keal Harry's going to play for the first time for the Bears. Jalen Johnson returns. Who is for you of those guys to play in their first game in a while for Jalen Johnson, for example? But what of those 3 guys? Who do you think is going to have the biggest impact tonight?
Well, first though, yeah, let's shout out Brian Robinson, man. Just
Mm-hmm.
that whole situation was wild, and sad that he had to go through that, being shot twice and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's showing how much heart he has coming back so soon and playing, in the National Football League, man. So, definitely big ups to him, and I hope he does has a great game tonight. Actually, even if
Mm-hmm.
it affects the Bears negatively, because he deserves it. But going to so yeah, I'm definitely excited to see him on the field and on the Bears side. With both guys, I think they both have a chance to make an impact. I mean, as far as Harry goes, if he does anything, if he catches 2 passes and have 2 first downs completions tonight, that's like making an impact on the Bears side as a receiver. He's a big body. He's a guy who it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get out into space and do some of the things that the other receivers haven't been able to do. Can he make the plays that people like Pettis can't make? And the guy who did the fumble, who got stripped, I should say, last week. I forget.
Smith Marset.
Smith Marset. Yeah, I know the dash and
Mm-hmm.
all that. I forget both names, but but yeah, can he be a step up from those guys? And I know he had a rough time in New England, but there's maybe this is the situation for him. But we have to see him on the field first. And but Jalen, I think, is the big key for the night.
Yeah, that's true, and especially they just have let too many yards in general when without Jalen Johnson. He hasn't played since his first game, so against in that win against the 49ers. So hopefully that is what's been missing in general for the defense, and that'll help the Bears get a win tonight. And finally, just a prediction for the game. Last week I was wrong. I said Darnell Mooney was going to find the end zone, but I am going to go with someone who hasn't found the end zone yet. I'm going to go with Cole Kmet tonight to see if he can get into the end zone. It's going to be my prediction. Might go 0-2, but worth a shot. What about you? What kind of prediction do you have for tonight's game?
That'd be nice. I'll go out and step out and say that the new guy will get in, Harry. On top of that, I'll say the Bears will have not one but two defensive turnovers. I was gonna say two defensive touchdowns, but that may be stretching it. But I think they'll have at least two major turnovers in this game that'll help them help things go in their way. And I want to say at least one to be a touchdown, but I'll just stick with the two turnovers, two forced turnovers.
Yeah, true. Can't ask for too much. Just this matchup could be wild, but it might be a little
Yeah,
scoring, or it might be high score. Who knows?
We could see some unexpected turnovers on both sides
Yeah.
tonight. So I guess I just wanted to be more. That'll still make it more exciting than last week's game. We can't have a 6-9 game. For all of America's sake, we can't have another 6-9 game tonight. And
No, yeah, I don't think.
I'll be really embarrassed if the Bears are involved in a game like that.
Yeah, it's a really low bar for last week, so they gotta put up 20 points in total, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But between the both of them,
over under I saw is 37.5, so that's only about that's just under 20 points for each team if you split it in two. So they should be able to do that. Just around 19 points for each team. They should be able to do that.
True, that's true. But yeah, hopefully it turns out to be a good game in general. Hopefully the Bears can get a win, go back to even to 3-3.
I'm glad that you'll be there to see it in person finally.
We'll have some. We're back.
We'll have some War media representation in the building tonight, so that gives you even more reason to trust what Saul is saying when he writes the 3 and out this week.
For sure. No,
Not that you shouldn't have trusted him before, because you should have trusted. You should always trust Saul. Okay.
All right, that'll do for pregame for Week 6 between the Bears and the Commanders. For Kyle Means, I'm Saul Rodriguez. Hopefully you guys enjoy the game, and hopefully the Bears get a W.